because it has the power to make the innocent guilty and the guilty innocent. That is power, because it can control the minds of the masses. A very good morning to my fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today, through a series of stories dealing with leaders and how they dealt with the destructive power of the media, I am going to explain on the same point. Donald Trump, when he was not successful, initially when he was struggling, he used the power of the media to promote himself, to promote his company, his brand. And when he became successful, when he became wealthy, articles and the news channels continued promoting him. They said, Trump is a man with a golden touch. He has the Midas touch affected him. They continued praising him until the recession struck. And when the recession struck, what happened? He was in deep debts, he lost a lot of money. All of a sudden, the media changed its stance. From a positive feedback, from a positive reply, it started talking negatively about him and about his reputation. It started damaging his reputation. It said, it is because of his bad investment strategies that the investors of his company lost their money. It is because of his playboy lifestyle that his company is now in such shambles, such a bad state. It took a lot of time and efforts, and he had to focus and keep his eye on the ball. Then he was able to come out of this particular recession effect. This is just one of the many stories. We have Jack Welch. When Jack Welch was asked about his success and failures, he said, success and failures are part of the game. But with every success and failure, the media changed me, changed my reputation. From a prince, I went to a pig, and from a pig, again to a prince. You need a lot of mental strength to deal with criticism. After they are praising you, you need a lot of mental strength and focus and dedication to continue that way. Anil Rao, the famous management guru, said, once you reach the top, you don't have to advertise or promote yourselves. You need to be selective. Once your brand comes to the top, like Microsoft, let it be Mahindra Singh Dhoni, or for the matter of fact, Amir Khan, you need to be selective. You need to choose which media to approach or which calls to pick up. And your focus should not be on promoting, but rather to protect your brand from negative publicity. That is the most important thing for the people, for the brands on top. During the Great Depression, there are classic photos of the Great Depression. The Great Depression was from the year 1929 to 1936. So these photos, there are a lot of photos in there. The photos, like some of the photos where how people were living in miserable poverty. Then there are some photos where there are a lot of men fighting with the American Job Bureau for jobs. So most of the photos were about tragedy and misery. But one particular photo stood out. The photo is about one businessman, J.P. Morgan. I will show you the photo. This photo, there's J.P. Morgan, he's a businessman. It's a courtroom setting. And during the courtroom battle, there was a break in the middle. So one of the journalists from the Ringling Brothers, the correspondent, he approached J.P. Morgan, and along with him, there was a midget. Midget is Leah Graf. So he introduced himself, exchanged the pleasantries, and before Morgan could sit and take guard, what the correspondent did was immediately lifted the midget and placed her on his lap. He was caught off guard. This is the first picture, and this is the picture. Initially, he thought she was a small girl, but actually she is 28 inches tall and she is 32 years old. The photographers had a field day. They keep pictures of this particular. Now, behind him are his friends from the same company. They furious because it was an attempt from the media to get his reputation down. They requested the media, the news people, not to print the pictures. However, the next day, the pictures were printed in all the newspapers across the country. The result, both JP Morgan and the midget, Leah Graf, became part of jokes. These jokes went on for days together and months. This became a classic photo, but had a very bad impact on both the people. JP Morgan was a very sensitive businessman who could not take such defamation of his reputation. As a result, he quit his position as the presidency of the JP Morgan Group and he retired. That is considerably an okay story, considering the fact that Leah Graf, she couldn't take the continuous jokes, the endless jokes. She was traumatized by the events, so she went back to her native place in Germany. And 1 year later, she being a half Jew, was caught by the Nazi army and she was sent to Auschwitz prison. There in the prison, she was sent to the gas chambers where she was killed. JP Morgan never knew what happened to Leah Graf after that. This particular incident led to a chain of events which finally led to Leah Graf's untimely death. To end it, I would like to end with a quote narrated. He said, "The masses are influenced and manipulated by the media to such an extent that the truth is buried deep inside." Thank you.